Welcome to Snap Vegan, where eating on the cheap doesn't have to kill you. And I'm having a fabulous hair day. I decided to just start taking action on this senior pack haul that I got today. We're going to do it in the Instant Pot. And just going to make me a nice little soup, I think. So I've got to clean my, I only got one hand here. I'm getting an MRI today about that lightning bolt in my shoulder. Find out what's going on with that. But, so what I gotta do is, I've got my colander out here, and I'm going to see if I can get this a little bit lower. There we go. Got my Instant Pot over here. I just want to cut that because I can't pull it. Save this from a scrap bag because I'm going to have some scraps. Get to the good bok choy here. Okay, so we're gonna cut that ends off, and that's from a scrap bag too. We're gonna and I'm going to wash all this, just so you know. See, I can saw back and forth, but I can't do anything that actually makes me have to put torque on my... God, that smells so good! Bok choy smells like cabbage, by the way. I don't know, probably because it is cabbage, right? Chinese cabbage or some kind of foreign cabbage. Anyway, I can saw back and forth. Can't bear down. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, gonna do another Shanghai bok choy, produce of the USA. Oh God. Okay, we're just gonna keep going here. And you know, this is going to reduce down to like nothing. Which is, you know, okay. Because I got lots of it. Boy, ain't nothing like a good cabbage soup. So, what you guys up to today? I told you I got an MRI. I got to go in 2 hours. Patty's driving me that. I drove myself to this... I drove myself to the senior pack pickup just because Patty was taking her cousin to the doctor's office. They went at 10 o'clock and they didn't get out till late. He's the cousin I was telling you about that had find out that he was found unresponsive and meningitis and heart attack, and it was pretty awful. He went through a really, really bad time. So he's still recovering. He can't drive. He can't work. He's got a good employer though, so he's on short-term disability from work, and or maybe long-term. I don't know. But let's just say he's all right. He's doing fine. He's still getting a paycheck. He's got good health insurance, and he ain't got no problems other than focusing on recovery. And that's the way it ought to be for everybody, regardless of your status in life. Everybody should be able to focus on just getting better and not being burdened down with other things while you're trying to recover. Ow. Medicare for all, people. Unless you've been there, you just don't know. So, this is going to be my last bunch of this, because, you know, it's just me. I'm not going to... Ow. Clean this up. washed off. Oh shoot, I'll go ahead and do the whole thing. I'm going to use bok choy and anything else. You know, I wonder how good a bok choy coleslaw would be. I don't know, never tried it. You ever tried it? You ever tried a bok choy coleslaw? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Okay, I got one more. So we're gonna do like a cabbage soup, so to speak. You know, I said I was gonna use my food processor, and then I found out that, you know, that's just pretty heavy. Requires 2 hands to lift. I can't do that yet. And just not advantageous to the situation right now. So the things I thought would help end up not helping at all. Okay, I don't have much room in here. Let me go rinse this off and I'll be right back. Okay, what I've done is I've emptied the sliced mushrooms in here. I'm going to rinse those off and add them to the Instant Pot too. Do you see where I'm going with this yet? Okay, got some green onions. Where's my knife? Oh, here it is. Got some green onions, going to add to the mix here. I don't know if you can see it. Cut the ends off. Chop up fairly, I don't know, about 1/8 of an inch length. The goal is kind of like a hot and sour soup. That's the goal. I don't know how it's going to work out because I've never made it before. So we're going to already wash those off, so I'm just going to add that here. Because it's getting cold outside. It's in the 40s at night. This will be a good little soup. Except I'm adding spinach. It's already pre-washed. Looking good. Kind of pile it in there because mussels. Mussels! Right? Not seafood mussels. We need mussels. Now, you know I'm piling this way above the lid here, but going to smush it down because it's going to shrink down, right? And you know what I haven't done before that I think would be really good in here? 1 apple. Now I need a serrated knife for this, or a really big one, because I'm just going to have to. There. Huh. Okay, that helped. That was a flick of the wrist with a really sharp knife, because you know I can't really. I'm not at 100% yet. Don't hate on me about the apple, because until you try it, you should just hush your pie hole here. Okay, skin and all going in there. Put some chill on the heat. Of course, we don't have heat yet, so let's get some heat, shall we? Okay, we're just going to eyeball some ingredients. And here's what I'm adding. I'm adding reduced sodium tahini. Probably about 1/8 of a cup there. I'm adding mango rice vinegar. Probably about 1/8 of a cup there. We're going to add some sugar, or in my case, stevia. So, this is stevia. So I'm going 1 heapy teaspoon, 2 heapy teaspoons. I don't have fresh ginger, so I'm using the ginger paste. Just ever so slightly, like that much. Well, twice that much. Kick it up a notch. Now just in case you're trying to figure out what the apple's all about, I'm not going to leave it, I'm going to cook it. I'm going to cook the apple in it. But once it's cooked, I'm going to take the apple out of it. I just want it for flavoring. And I'm going to make cubes of tofu to go in this soup. And that'll be the meatiness to complement the mushrooms. Now we're going to add pepper, garlic, and cornstarch. Okay, so we've done that, and now I have my homemade vegetable broth. I showed you the video on that, and I've got about 2½ cups of water in the Instant Pot, and I can't get this open. Hold on. I'm going to see if my handy dandy can opener will do it. I think it just broke my can opener. Yeah, just broke my can opener. You know, damn. Okay, well, I got the ball jar out with, I can't get that open either. And my can opener's broke now. Or my jar opener's broken. You know, stuff like this didn't happen, it just wouldn't be real, would it? So I'm just going to put more water in it, because I think I've got plenty of spices left in here. And I don't want to overdo it too much. I do have the Instant Pot over here. It looks full, but once it's going to be like less than half of that. So everything that's in here is going to shrink like crazy once it starts cooking. So that's what we want to do. I think I've got enough vegetables in there to have the same outcome I wanted if I was to have added vegetable broth as well. So make sure you clean the rim, and so your seal will be nice and good. Get your knives out of the way. Seal it. Clean up your area. Swear to Christ. I don't know about me, Kathy. What in the ever-loving thing are we ever going to do? Everything has to be so difficult, don't it? Just seems like everything gotta have one little hitch in the giddy up, right? Or one more, I should say. So. Okay, so we're going to put the Instant Pot on soup, adjust it to more, which makes it 240 minutes, and we're just going to let it go. And it is sealed, and that's what we're doing. So we push the soup on high, and that's what we're getting, and we'll see how that turns out. Back in 240. I don't know, I've got my MRI at 3. It's 1:30 now. I got my MRI at 3. I'll see you after the appointment, because then it'll be on keep on for a while, and we'll see how this all shook out. Back in a little bit. Update on the MRI. Hello, I just got a call from the MRI people. Their machine went down and they don't have the part to fix it. So I rescheduled for the 25th at 6:15 at MD Imaging at Lutheran. So we don't have to go today. Just a heads up. Okay. So there you have it. My MRI is canceled. My jar opener's broken. I did get some lovely vegetables and fruits today. So, oh, you want to make sure your Instant Pot is cleared from the cabinets. I changed it to the soup and broth. I had it on soup and broth for I'll show you. Soup and broth was 240 on high. Well, I'll just leave it there, because I am making soup. But usually when I do vegetable broth, I don't use soup broth. I'll just use manual and get it over with. But I'll do soup and broth on high for 240. But make sure it's not under your cabinet. Always, especially when you release the steam, you want it to not warp the bottom of your cabinets. So I guess that's it. I'll see you after 240 minutes. See how this looks. This is my first time and doing this, and I just looked up the recipe. It's called hot and sour tofu soup. So I added the apple on my own just for the flavor. I did not use egg at all. Wouldn't do it. I'm shooting for a clear, kind of nice broth. And I hope it turns out like that. But if it don't, it's still going to be good. Right? We'll see. See you in a bit. Okay. What we have here is a failure to seal. I had to release it because it was building pressure, but you can see here on the side I've got a little leakage of steam. You can hear it. That's what it sounds like when your sealing ring is not in place. Or in my case, the pot might be too full. Not sure. So I've released the steam, and I'm going to take a look at the inner side of the lid. I always check the seal after I wash the lid and wash the seal, and after it's dried, I'll put it back in place. And I always check that. But since I had the food piled so high, waiting for it to shrink, that might be the issue. So let's check it out together, shall we? Troubleshooting 101 right here on Snap Vegan. Okay, well, I will say this. It is smelling like I want it to taste, just already. Okay, see, I can't lift with this hand. See my cap under here. I can't lift it up. I mean, nothing's impeding it. I don't know what the deal is. And look how much it shrank already. So it did shrink down quite a lot already. The fluid level in it, the fluid levels, look at that, clear already. And that was just, oh God, my arm. Trying to find the fill. Okay, well, I'm not at the fill. I haven't overfilled it. If you can see, I have not overfilled it as far as the fluids go. So, because that would be right there, and I am down here. So, just check the seal again, and see, that's fluid, so there's nothing keeping that from happening. You know what I mean? Nothing's preventing it. The seal is seated. The ring is seated. Good. I don't know, Martha. Help me. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so I'm going to make sure that the, what do you call it? Ah, that might be it right there. I had some onion in that reservoir holder thing. Probably is what's keeping it from seating well. My bad. Totally my bad. That smells exactly like I want it to taste. I know. Man, that smells good. I know that I didn't have everything I needed, and I'm not using egg, and I mean, you know, if you look at that recipe online, just Google hot and sour tofu or hot and sour soup with tofu. You'll see they do it on the stove, and I'm tweaking it for Instant Pot, and so I am doing it a little bit different. But you know, folks, recipes are just a template. They're just a guideline. You know, you don't have to be married to a recipe. They are only they're only a guideline. You should always, you know, add or take away anything that you don't like or want to try. That's what makes cooking more interesting, at least to me. And oh gosh. So all the reservoir around here is nice and clean now. Let me check my lid to make sure it's not impaired in any way. And I do have a piece of spinach right there, so we'll put that back in the pot. Clean it around. See what's going on. And that, the tapper thing is fluid. So we're going to try this again. It's locked on, and I'm going soup broth on high, and it defaults to 240. So that's what we're going to do. Take two. Let's see if this puppy seals. And if it does, I'll be right back. If it don't, I'll be right back. Alright. It's soup, y'all. So let's check it out together. I'm going to have to, I can't hold the camera in though. I've already released it. Oh, wow. That broth is exactly what I'm wanting. Look at that. Nice and clear. Nice and, well, it's got a little veggie tint to it. So let's dish some up, shall we? This smells good. Yep. Okay, so we're going to dish some of that up with tofu. And we'll get the broth. Ooh-wee. That's hot, folks. Gonna let that cool down just a little bit. I do want to taste this broth. You know, got to do it with my other arm. Not as much heat as I wanted. Not enough heat. It's got the sour part down right a little bit. I mean, it's not strong. Tofu is excellent. But this needs more heat. So I'm going back and forth. Going to add some more crushed bell pepper or crushed red pepper. I want some more heat. Needs more sour, so I'm adding some white vinegar. Needs more soy. So I'm adding liquid aminos. We're going to see how that works out. The apples, though, taste pretty good, actually. So I'm going to put this back in the pot. That ain't gonna. sweet. Stevia. That's more what I'm looking for. That's more what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm going to let this just sit on keep warm for a little bit. So, I'm not going to post this as a actual recipe. I'm going to post this as how to troubleshoot something. Because we had to troubleshoot the can opener, we had to troubleshoot the Instant Pot, and we had to troubleshoot a recipe. So we're just going to call this troubleshooting your Instant Pot for hot and sour tofu soup. I think that's what I'll call it. But right now, I'm going to put it back on keep warm for about 30 minutes and get back to you on that. Okay, everyone, we're back to the soup. We're calling this troubleshooting when life happens. But you guys know me. You know what you get's real, and that's what we do. So I'm gonna have to use my other hand. This is smelling so much better. So I had to kick up the heat, kick up the sour, kick up the sweet. Kick up the heat and kick up the sweet. Like I mentioned before, you know, recipes are, let me show you what this looks like. See? Isn't that beautiful? I like that clear, the clear sauce. The clear, not sauce, but you know what I mean. So let me, that is rather hot. You're going to watch my face turn red here in about 2 minutes. That's exactly what I need. Am I red yet? I'm getting there. Whoo-wee. But you know, this pot liquor, what they call just the broth from the soups and stuff, this is really good just to drink for breakfast. I'm going to have me a piece of tofu here. Oh yeah. Success. Can you see my red face? Oh, look at this. You see this spot? Whenever you see that spot, that was when I have, well, I'm diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis. And I have fibromyalgia, and I would have a flare-up. And I would get these round things all over my body, and it would be like a scab, a scaly thing. And then it would dry up, it would get red, get a scale over it, and then you could just peel off that scale. But that is one spot that actually scarred me. It was pretty deep. So, hadn't had one of them breakouts in a while. So let me, oh, you know, that turned out very nicely. So as I mentioned earlier, recipes, you know, I'll give you the link to the one I was working off of. But recipes are really just a template. You're not married to it. And sometimes you have to troubleshoot like we did today. Now the iPod, that kind of troubleshooting was a little unexpected. The jar opener was definitely unexpected. But this is just how things happen. And, you know, I was going to do a lot of editing and everything else, but I decided just to show the whole thing all the way through. And, I mean, because, you know, it's a real thing. And as things happen, you just adjust. You adapt and you overcome. And you tweak it until you like it. And this soup is a success. I'm going to have some more. This time with bok choy. It's got some heat, let me tell you. But, we use crushed red pepper for the heat. I use stevia for the sweet. And I used, first I used the mango rice vinegar. And that wasn't quite sour enough. So then I went in with the white vinegar. And that made it right. So just take what you saw today. You can look at the link below. Look at the link below to see the recipe I was working off of. And then you'll see how I tweaked it and just used what I had. And I used agar. I didn't use cornstarch because I thought I had cornstarch, but I didn't. So I just sprinkled a little bit of agar into the pot, like this. Just a little bit, not much, because I didn't know how it was going to work out. But as it turned out, it worked out fabulously. Oh, I want to mention about, you know, earlier in my thing I was telling you with my senior pack haul, I was telling you about how, you know, I'm big, so nobody believes, you know, that I'm any kind of a success at all with this kind of high nutrition lifestyle. But I want to make note that back in November, I could not wear this shirt because it was busting at the seam. And now I actually have room in the shirt, and it hangs in the back. So, how about that? How about them big apples? And how about these apples? Man, I tell you, these Honeycrisp apples are awesome. Anyway, while we were waiting, I ate 3 apples and 2 oranges. So good. I love fresh fruit. Anyhow, so that's my hot and sour tofu soup done in the Instant Pot, warts and all. And I hope you'll take what I learned today and learn from it yourself. In that, you know, when things happen, you adapt, you overcome, suck it up, persevere, move on. Because that's what we do. And so in closing, I'd like to thank you for your love and support. Thank you to my new subscriber, picked up a new one. And, you know, share my message with, you know, share my channel with people you know that are going through, or if you want to. I hope you would share my channel with your friends that are going through a difficult time. Everybody needs to know that they're not alone. Because when you feel alone, man, the depression is real. You need to know you're not alone. You need to know real life things happen to real life people. And this is not, my channel is not a fancy schmancy, YouTube channel. It's just not. Just like, what would make this better? It's cornbread. But I don't know how to make vegan cornbread yet. I never have. I haven't tried it. So, maybe one day I will. But I gave all of my I had a nice silicone baking set. And I gave it to my friend Patty a long time ago as a housewarming present when her and her husband were married and when she moved here from Michigan. And now she don't have it because they're divorced and he kept it and his new girlfriend took it. What a mess! What a crappy mess! I tell you. I don't know, but I hope you enjoyed the soup. Because I sure will. And if anybody asks you, how in the world did you get that so much energy? You sure looking good these days. And those wrinkles in your forehead, they're not like craters, like crevices like they used to be. How did that happen? All you gotta tell them is, say it with me now, eat more plants. Bye, y'all. Have a good day.